Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, and today I wanted to do another reaction video to TikToks. And this one is called LGBTQ plus TikToks that are the reason the frogs are gay. Who knows that? If you don't know, there is a reporter. His name is Alex Jones, and he does racist, Republican, conservative nonsense. And he did a rant at one point where he said this.
Because I don't like gay people. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
And while it was crazy,
serious crap.
It was apparently iconic because that is now a phrase. It is now a phrase to make fun of. Okay, so let's go.
You, but you technically don't classify yourself as a guy, you classify yourself as they. Therefore, my sexuality isn't gay or straight, it's yes.
I don't mind the prom that I had. I know that when I went to prom, I wasn't able to go with a guy because I didn't know a guy. I ended up going with my friend Naomi, who unfortunately is deceased. She was my best friend at the time. It was fun. We went together. I asked her if she wanted to go. She wasn't going to end up going to her class's prom, so I'm glad that she had the opportunity to go when we went together. It's better to have allies than to have nobody.
I low-key kind of like this. I don't care if it's a lesbian song. Like, this song actually goes hard.
I remember when I first know
This song actually goes hard on subs.
What is going on?
Give me a second.
Alright, hurry up. What's the...
We were sitting.
Good. The eye color looks good if it's fake. What the hell?
I'm gonna have you put on the straight jacket now. Everyone else has done it.
This is a straight jacket? Bitch, I'm gay.
Oh, the Ray.
I mean, I can try.
What up?
He's awesome.
I got dressed to go to a pride party, and the only option was to parallel park, you know, to get in. So I turned around and left. Arguably the gayest thing that I've ever done, if we exclude the stuff that I do with your dad.
Oh! We are not gonna let that slide. I've heard a lot of men use that insult. And I think that that's like the yo mama for gays. It's like, yo daddy, and he's here. I wanted to get a rainbow bumper sticker, but one thing I'm so terrified about is that somebody's going to steal it or that it's going to, like, come off and I'm going to be emotionally devastated and have, like, no faith in humanity. So, I don't know. I'm not down for no vandalism on my car. I've never had any vandalism or hate crime committed against me, except for when my car was completely broken into and it was ransacked. That had nothing to do with my sexuality. That had to do with my intelligence from leaving the window open in Boston. Why? Do they literally flip?
I'm coming out of the closet.
I fucking knew. TikTok, y'all can't fool a bitch. Transitioning doesn't mean that you're any specific position. I think it's so cool that with transitioning and hormones, that, especially for what I've looked into with the feminization, and I think I would only do it more so for the physical effects. I'm not somebody who is as comfortable with the surgical part, but I think that it's so cool how just hormones alone can really change how you look, really bring out the femininity that's so not far under the surface that you can just bring it out. Make sure that you're doing it for yourself and that you are certain that that's something you want to do, because I've heard of the detransitioning stories, and I don't really like them because I don't like the message that they spread necessarily, and especially the attention that they get over transgender people. That's obviously not a healthy decision to make, to transition and detransition. I don't think, but could possibly be.
Pussy you sour, never giving credit where it's due, cause you don't like pussy in power. Venom.
Right. So when you start playing the rap, I cannot concentrate. You know your girl is a rap bitch. And a rapper.
Life and death and love and birth and peace and war on the planet Earth. Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on the planet Earth? Whoa.
I don't watch anything, not necessarily because it doesn't have a queer character. I will watch something if it doesn't, but I want to make sure that the program I'm supporting, giving my time and energy and watch time into it, is not homophobic. And then I'm okay. This is the year we're in, you know what I mean? We're still working on it.
I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that pussy, yeah!
Please tell me this is going to be funny. This cannot be. Okay, girl. Yeah, no. Do you want these hands? Do you want these verbal hands? I can spit fire. I may not be able to fight, but I can sure read you the filth in a lyric.
My parents are super supportive, which is awesome, but they're in their 70s, so using gender-neutral words is not, it doesn't come easily to them. My mom will still buy birthday cards that are meant for moms to give to their daughters. But recently, she started doing this thing where she'll cross out the word daughter in Sharpie, defiantly. It's like the sweetest sentiment with the worst delivery. Like some sweet freelance bisexual graphic designer made this gorgeous card, and then my mom is just vandalizing their calligraphy. Like, happy birthday to my beautiful child.
Oh, that's sweet though.
My dad is the same way. I was visiting home recently, and he took me to a Starbucks to introduce me to his favorite barista, which is the whitest sentence ever. Side note, it's a drive-through Starbucks, but he always parks and goes inside. He's like, I just want to see what they have. And then gets a black coffee every day for 50 years.
What's wrong with that? Leave your parents alone. You are reading them. Like, chill. That's your mama and papa. Show some respect.
He pulls aside this barista, only he panics last minute about using gender-neutral words, so he says, I want you to meet my big kid.
Yeah, that must be awkward. Awkward.
I asked him later, I was like, why big kid? Why were those the words that we went with? And he said, I wanted them to know I was your dad, but I didn't want them to think you were a child.
Right. I don't understand that at all.
I hope they can tell just by looking.
What's your father doing? And you know what? I think it's cool because one thing that I think is a big fault of mine is that I don't really respect my own pronouns, I feel. I respect everybody else's pronouns, and I think it's so cool. People who are able to just say, listen, boo, don't you call me no she, don't you call me no he. I think those are strong things to do, but unfortunately, I'm not able to engage in too much confrontation without feeling like completely mentally distraught. For my personal sake, I had made the decision to not use they pronouns and to certainly not enforce them. Probably if I was more strong and I had more of a gut, I would enforce they or she pronouns. I haven't even thought about it because, and I'm sure other people can relate to this, I just don't feel like I can cope with constantly getting invested in my pronouns and having to defend them. And I'm sorry that people have to go through that. It's not going to come naturally, immediately to people who are already used to calling you a certain pronoun. You know, they need to make a very conscious decision and a 24/7 effort into reprogramming that language. You deserve what you deserve. You are who you are. Nobody has the right to call you anything, cisgendered or not, that you don't want to be called. Trans mask. 1, 2, 3, Okay. We're gonna do a little deep dive. I want to see what trans mask is. Trans mask. That sounds like some anti-mask. I'm not getting off the plane and I'm gonna make everybody deplane. Oh! Shit. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, damn, I was way off. But there was a picture of a mask on there, wasn't it? Okay, so it says trans mask or transmasculine is a term used for those assigned female at birth and whose gender identity or expression, or both, is masculine but not necessarily male. So that makes complete sense. Do not go in public without your mask. If they tell you to wear a mask, that's the mandate. I know that this is not much of an issue anymore, but this used to get me so pissed. We all had to suffer through COVID. You did too, Karen.
You're really joking at a time like this. Look who's inside again. We're out to look for a reason to hide.
Jeez. Yeah, I knew we were going to get into that a little bit. Let me see exactly what news article. Murdered, suffocated, and burned alive. 350 transgender people killed in 2020. Over the last 4 years, actually, the number of transgendered people who have been subjected to violence and who have been subjected to straight up murder has doubled. And it's just disgusting. Let me see what else it says. More than half of the transgendered non-binary youth in U.S. seriously considered suicide in the past 12 months. Yeah, and people don't understand that. I can't imagine how many have died from that. Even worse, I can't imagine how many kids have offed themselves. And then the parents not only don't care about what the reason was, but if they know the reason, they probably swept it under the rug. Swept it right under the rug. So it's like, yeah, awful.
I am a woman in the same way that 57 is divisible by 19. Like, it's technically true, but like...
Right. No, be who you are.
This is part 2 of texts between me and my girlfriend's mom. Want to come sleep over? I wish I could, but my parents won't let me. LOL, how come? No idea. Maybe it's because they don't want us banging Erica. Then she says, poo. Which is the only appropriate response.
Oh, parents are so cute with that. Parents are so cute in the way they interact with this. Isn't that the truth? I think it's like the cutest and sweetest form of ignorance that we go through is with our family, especially if they are trying their best. Parents can be cringe in general, so you gotta work with them.
First you take the Am I Gay quizzes, then you take the Am I Depressed quizzes, and then you take Lexapro. You can't fuck with the flow of the universe. It's like the law of attraction. No.
Yeah. What is Lexapro again? Have I taken Lexapro? I don't think I've taken Lexapro. But I've taken like psychiatric medications, and that's just something that a lot of queer people go through. Mental health in general is not addressed in the queer community, but let me make sure that Lexapro is a psychiatric medication so I don't sound like a damn idiot. Lexapro. Okay, it is a psychiatric medication, right? But yeah, never be ashamed. Do not ever be ashamed if you are on psych medications or you have to start psych medications. Far more common than you think.
In today's episode, why do gay men run like that? The gay run. It's a restrained jog with a low center of gravity and a little bit of drama. So why do homosexuals look like they're being chased by the Blair Witch in a library? What's the biological reason for gay men running like they have to catch a train and just got a BBL? The gay run has 2 evolutionary advantages. First, it deceives predators. Gay men have survived for ages by employing a theatrical run that's surprisingly quick, confusing predators into believing this would be easy prey based on body language, while being deceptively fast. It's why Dementors can't catch Dumbledore, and how Elton John got away from Eminem after their 2001 Grammy Awards performance. Second, it's a form of nonverbal communication, as to not scare off potential female besties. It says, though I am running full speed at you, no need to be alarmed, I am a homosexual and this is a safe space. However, there's probably a good reason why I'm running, and you better grab your shit, mama.
Oh, yes. The gay run. I don't have a gay run. Girl, now let's be nice with these prejudices and let's keep it 100. Yes, I got a little flair and a little femininity in my style and in my movement, but when I run like a normal jogger. I concentrate a lot, actually, on how I run. So maybe I'm an odd one out, but I don't think gayness has to do with how you even act. I obviously, with being a queer enthusiast and being a genderqueer person, am of the opinion that you don't gotta be flimsy and all that if you're queer. You don't gotta be all that. Even if you are the most effeminate gay man in the world. Forget me, like I guess I'm not a good example. Even if you're the most effeminate gay man in the world, you can still act macho. Feminine people doesn't necessarily mean that they are running like they are out of their mind. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Right. Well, hey, we have been subjected to that. People have told us they don't want to see us kissing and stuff. You have a right to have the reaction you do. As somebody who wants to be in a relationship but knows that being conscious of the fact that the reason I am single is because of my queerness, most likely, and because of my gayness, I can't blame it on that 100%, but I'm saying that it obviously plays a part. Queer and gay people have many more hurdles to leap when it comes to relationships because of all the complications. People are going to tell us that they don't want to see us holding hands. They don't want to see us kissing and stuff. You can't give a little nut to a little straight couple showing date PDA. You're part of the LGBTQ community.
Listen, it's a good joke. It's a great joke even. But I need you to stop anyway.
What? Since you're part of the LGBTQ community and some people are gender fluid, what temperature do you have to be gender solid? What temperature? Girl, that doesn't make an ounce of sense to me. I think that what they're basically saying is that, I think that's similar to like I might as well just transition into an elephant type of argument. But that is so true. People are going to compare us to everything under the sun because we are the rainbow.
Hey everybody, happy Pride. I have my iced coffee, I got my PrEP prescription refill, and I'm just gonna be chilling.
Hi, I'm so sorry, excuse me. Is that Adderall?
Oh, no, it's PrEP.
Oh, PrEP? What's that? Is it like Molly?
No, it's like a drug so I don't get HIV when I have sex.
HIV? You're gay? Oh
Yeah.
my god, happy Pride Month!
Girl, go to rehab, shut up.
Look at the F slur. Happy Pride Month.
Does anyone else remember that one day of 8th grade science when your teacher was just sitting at her desk soaking her hand in a weird beaker of clear liquid and you all said, "Ma'am, what are you doing?" and she wouldn't respond, so you just had a free day. You made a day of it. You played Heads Up 7-Up until the last 5 minutes of class whenever she stood up, didn't say anything, took her hand out of the beaker, got a piece of paper, walked over to the board, slammed the paper on the board, slammed her hand onto the paper with all her might, peeled it away, and there's just a bloody handprint. We all said, "Ma'am, what?" and she said, the chemicals, and sat down and the bell rang and that was that. Also, unrelated, in the same class, there's a fish tank that I sat next to, and there's a fish in there, I named him Spike. He only had one eye, and everyone always stuck pencils into his tank, and that made me so sad because he was my only friend in that school year. Also unrelated, one time there's this kid sitting in front of me who was wearing a button-up shirt. He said, "Hey, Patty." I said, "Hey, what?" And so he shifted the gap in his button-up shirt so I could see his nipple, and shifted it back and said, and just turned around and act like nothing happened, and I think that's why I'm asexual.
Yeah, girl, you went through a lot. I hope that that's not true. That some science teacher just had her hands in essentially acid and then just smacked her bloody handprint on the door or on the chalkboard. I don't think that would be cool. Yeah, come on. There's all these labels, of course. I'm a huge proponent of being genderqueer. Also of what the meaning behind queer is and the sentiment that should be behind it, which is that you can be whatever you want and you don't have to fall into any single box.
So my partner and I get our underwear from a company where you pick out the pattern and then they send it, but we never remember to pick out the pattern, so they always just send random underwear. So my partner, he opened his today and it was the bisexual pride flag because it's Pride Month and they're sending that out, I guess. And he was like, "Cool, creepy that they know, but yeah, I'm bisexual, awesome." And I was like, maybe they know my gender or sexuality, so maybe I'll open a underwear with the bisexual pride flag or a non-binary flag. So now we're gonna see. Alligators.
That's so weird. That's a little creepy too. So cute.
So I'm non-binary and my pronouns are they, them, but sometimes it is just so tempting to change my pronouns to any pronouns, but in a way that is so specific and context-based. He, him is like a weird lizard. She, her is like the moon. They, them is like whoever the fuck conspiracy theorists are talking about when they say they. And so I am tempted sometimes to tell people, use he, him for me when you see nothing behind these eyes. Use she, her for me when you worship and revere me. And use they, them when you could not possibly understand me. And seeing as how that's far too complicated for cis people, they'd have to default to they, them anyway. I haven't done it yet because I'm a coward, but it's something I'm thinking about.
Cis people do tend to do that sometimes, actually. If they are unsure as to your gender and stuff, they will use they pronouns. I think that's okay. I think overall, people should just ask if they don't know.
You don't even know what you're asking me to confess. You have nothing, I don't have to tell you anything at all. Unless...
Hey, yes, ma'am.
Funny story. I came out to my boyfriend who's non-binary, and he goes, "Am I still straight?" I don't even know what fucking gender I am, bro. How am I supposed to answer that?
The answer is, I don't know. That is a very interesting question. If somebody is attracted to a genderqueer person, an androgynous person, or somebody who is non-binary or not on the spectrum at all, how exactly should they define themselves if they want to? If that's a question that somebody has when their partner comes out, my inclination is to say, no, you are not straight, unless you don't want to be with your partner anymore, you know? That person is now in the LGBTQ community. But I think that's a very interesting conversation.
Which race are you? African American, Asian, disabled,
Yeah, I already said LGBT.
Hispanic,
What the hell?
LGBT,
what?
Veteran, or woman?
Veteran. What is that? I knew that I was going to make some changes. I had hopelessness in a lot of areas, but when it came to, are people going to stop me from dating somebody if that chance arises? Or are people going to stop me from marrying somebody if that chance arises? No. Do I want to marry anybody at the moment? That's not my plan, no. Do I want kids? I'm not exactly sure. But if that is my goal, if that's something that I go out for, I'm not going to have anybody stop me. And certainly not society, certainly not the day and age. Certainly the day and age, this is the best time for anybody to be living their best life. This is the best time for us to be out here and thriving as queer people and gay people and trans people and lesbian people. You know what I mean? Everybody, as long as we are living our best lives, we are showing the world, we are showing the community, we are showing the universe that we are here, we are queer. That, my dear, was reacting to LGBTQ plus TikToks that are the reason the frogs are gay. They turned the fucking frogs gay, bitch. No, we're not gonna go there, sir. And I'm glad his little saying came out to have some positivity in the queer community, because you got this compilation that's named after that, and you got other that have the same exact LGBTQ plus TikToks that turn the frogs gay. And this is the reason the frogs are gay. I think Alex Jones had the adverse effect that he wanted. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. And bye-bye.